Hey guys, CDTVthaG here. The G, of course, stands for gender fluid. Now today, we're going to be reacting to the California EP by Diplo. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking by that title. If you haven't seen the track list of this project, you might be thinking,
Diplo isn't a rappler. Diplo doesn't make the hip-hop music.
Well, every single track on this album does feature a rapper, so I thought it was a fitting EP to make a reaction to, and there's nothing else, I think, that really came out today that I wanted to react to, so I thought, why not do this? I mean, we got features from Lil Yachty, Desiigner, I didn't even know Desiigner was still alive, DRAM, Trippie Redd, Lil Xan, and MO and GoldLink. So yeah, I thought this would be a fun little EP to react to. So let's not waste any more time before we get into this. I'm interested to see how it sounds. I'm expecting a lot of kind of mainstream poppy type sounds on here because it's Diplo producing. I'm pretty sure he's an EDM producer or something. So let's start with track number 1, and that is Worry No More featuring Lil Yachty and Santigold. Now I have heard this song once before, but it was in a car, it was on the radio in the background, and I could barely hear it. I was just enjoying a Burger King at the time, so still technically my first reaction. Now, I actually like Lil Yachty's singing, and I like it when he's over poppy mainstream tracks, so I'm hoping this is one of those tracks. I hope this sounds good, so let's start with it. Worry No More featuring Lil Yachty and Santigold. Santigold, I guess. What a strange voice. But I fuck with it on this track. It's a really weird voice, but... Oh, Yachty. Yeah. I like this. I like this. I mean, Yachty's already balling in the big leagues. I'm pretty sure he'd have a big house at this point, but I like the hook. That's the Lil Yachty I like. I like Lil Yachty when he's doing that singing voice, you know, he's making some kind of motivational stuff. I mean, I wouldn't call it, you know, inspirational, but it had a nice vibe to it. It's about achieving your dreams, and I like that. I like that. That's what I like to hear from Yachty. None of this Lil Boat 2 shit. I hated Lil Boat 2. Yachty does not sound good over dark, bassy bangers in my opinion, so I much prefer hearing him over this style of production. You know what, the Santigold chick on here is almost reminding me kind of like a female version of Lil Yachty. It's like a match made in heaven because, I don't know, their styles just complement each other really well. They sound good together, and she has the same kind of, almost kind of like the same kind of vocal intonations, the same style of singing, at least on this particular song, and she's sounding like a female Yachty to me, which is pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Alright, I enjoyed that first track. Yeah, definitely very nicely done. It's the type of Lil Yachty I want to hear, and his style and Santigold's style gel together insanely well. Diplo's production was perfect for the track. I mean, I don't know. I'm not too good at criticizing the production unless there's something I particularly like or particularly don't like. It just struck me as kind of like a normal EDM rap radio type hit beat. That's exactly what it struck me as. I wouldn't say there was anything too special about the production, but it's perfectly suitable for the track, and that's all you can really ask for at the end of the day. So I really did enjoy that song. Very good stuff there. Next up, we have the song Suicidal featuring Desiigner. I'm very interested to hear this. I haven't listened to a Desiigner song in a long time. And I don't know where the hell this man is. Should have finished his album while he was at the peak of his popularity. If he dropped an album after he released, or you know, an actual proper album, I'm not talking about the New English mixtape, I mean an actual studio album, if he just capitalized off his success and dropped it at the right moment, he could be so big right now. But let's see what he comes with on this track. I'm really interested to see how Desiigner, with his kind of more dark sound, would sound on a track produced by Diplo. But let's see. Let's get into this. Hold up. I'm gonna get the lyrics up on Genius so I know what he's saying. Wouldn't be Desiigner if you didn't know what the fuck he was saying half the time. Let's not lie. Desiigner does not have the best enunciation. I thought that's what he was saying, but I wasn't too sure. At the start he says, I fall off. He definitely has fallen off, but because he didn't capitalize on his success when he had the chance to. He still has a chance to get back on, but Desiigner is definitely not on right now.
Got my walking on. I'm falling buildings. Like the sound inside me walking, I'm walking off. Yeah, nigga by the mic and I'm talking off. Yeah, I'm walking off.
Okay, so that was typical Desiigner right there. Just, you know, write 4 bars, and then repeat them twice to make an 8-bar verse. He just repeated the same 4 bars 2 times in a row, man. Not too hot on this so far. Okay. This bit's going a bit harder. That track wasn't too great, honestly. I mean, like I said, Desiigner just, I mean, he typically has a more dark sound and whatever, and you can usually kind of tell a Desiigner song when you hear it. You know, there's obviously the future comparisons, and those comparisons are warranted, but I mean, here, he just sounded like he could have been interchangeable with anyone. I mean, you had really typical lyrics on this track, and I'm not really looking for lyrics in this project, but they were so just standard. Like, anyone could have rapped that, and it would have been exactly the same. There was a nice kind of vibe to it, I guess, but, I mean, again, the production's nice, but there was nothing really too special about that track. Next up, I'm excited for this one. We have Look Back featuring DRAM. Now, I love DRAM, man. I've loved everything I've heard from him. Makes really fun music, most of the time really upbeat music, and I'm looking forward to see how this one is going to sound. Hopefully we still have that happy, fun, and upbeat sound that I love him so much for. Let's get into this. Look Back featuring DRAM. Oh, and he has a really good voice as well. It's not upbeat, but I like it. It's so weird hearing, but like, it's really good, but it's so weird hearing DRAM doing this style of singing, because this sounds like really solid singing. Whereas if you've only heard like the song Broccoli by DRAM, you would think he's not necessarily a great singer, because on that song it just sounds like he's kind of crooning, I guess. It doesn't sound like he's a perfect singer. He's not hitting all the notes, but he's not like exactly trying to on that song. So if you heard him on that, you wouldn't exactly think he could pull off stuff like this. At least that's what I think. This sounds really nice. This just sounds like it could be on the soundtrack for something. I like that. Hit them notes, boy! God damn. Okay, this one is just so well done. Best song on the EP so far. Is there much more else I can say about that? It was just so nicely put together. I don't know, I've said everything I can say on that track. Sounds like something out of a soundtrack, really intense, really kind of dramatic, but not overly dramatic. That was just nice. And DRAM's vocals, they were on point in that song. So that's just hit the halfway point of this EP, as it is an EP. It's only 6 tracks long. Next, we have Wesch featuring Trippie Redd. Now, Trippie Redd is someone I have not personally been a fan of before. I really don't like his uncontrolled, scratchy vocals. I much more prefer his singing on tracks like Hellboy, where it's much more controlled, much more smooth. And I also like his rapping on songs like Can You Rap Like Me. But overall, his main singing, that Love Scars type shit, I don't really like that. Let's see what he brings on here. Maybe it'll sound good with Diplo's production. Let's get into this. Wesch featuring Trippie Redd. Okay, he's not shrieking, you know, he's not doing the whoa, yeah, so, I mean, as long as we don't have that, I'm happy. Boy. Might just blow my brain. Oh, that fucks up my vocals. How does he not completely strain his vocal cords when he does that? Hook sounded alright. This verse is just starting to sound horrible. Hopefully he can pull it back. You won't be able to feel your fucking vocal cords after a while if you keep this up, man. I'm wishing for more tracks like Hellboy and Can You Rap Like Me, please.
Please, Trippy.
My brains. Kurt Cobain. That one gets a big thumbs down. No. Right, let's go into the next track, which is Colorblind featuring Lil Zan. Now, I've never listened to any of Lil Zan's music, so this is actually technically my first reaction to Lil Zan as well. Like, I mean, I've never heard it at all. I've not heard a snippet of his music. I've not heard a single song. So I'm interested to see how this sounds.
Trips to the mall, I just tripped in the bar. I think I might really be the one after all. Yeah, don't wanna rule them all.
Okay. Oh. There's the production really taking center stage now. Surprised there haven't been more tracks with just drops like this. Like just pure instrumental sections. It's a pretty cool track. I think the vocals are nice enough on it. I don't really have too much to say about that one. It wasn't an amazing track. It wasn't that bad. It was okay. It was okay. Still, I don't really know what Zan's sound is after hearing just that single song. Obviously, I'm going to have to hear more music about him before I decide how I feel. Like I said, the production was much more of a focus on that track, which is what I expected throughout most of this album. I expected a lot more of the songs to be more production focused, considering it is, you know, considering it's an EP from a producer. And now we're already on the final track. I mean, this thing's only like 19 minutes long, and that is Get It Right featuring MO and GoldLink. GoldLink is an artist that I've heard, I think, one song from. I've heard The Crew, which I know isn't exactly indicative of the rest of his work from what I've heard from other people, but I really like that song. I like GoldLink's flow on it. It's kind of, he had a very nice flow there. It was very smooth, very silky. So yeah, MO, don't know who that is. So yeah, let's get into this last song, Get It Right. Okay, so that's MO. Alright, now I'm really getting mainstream pop vibes from this one. Oh. This feels like such a typical EDM drop, but I like it. Oh. His voice. So nice. I've always been a fan of melodic rapping, so this is cool to me. Nice verse, nice verse. Okay, I'll stop now. I'll take myself home. Haha, jokes. I'm already in my home. Wow. I know it's an EP and it's supposed to be short, you know, but that felt really short. I mean, yeah, I'm surprised by just how short it felt. I could see that last track becoming the biggest radio hit from this EP. Now, maybe it won't, but I could see that one having the most kind of mainstream appeal. I mean, like I said, it's got your typical EDM drop that you'd hear on a standard radio EDM style song. You got very smooth vocals from GoldLink, you know, it's not aggressive rapping or anything, it's really smooth and melodic rapping. You know, MO sounds good on it as well, so yeah, I really like that song. Very kind of typical, I guess you'd say, but I enjoyed it thoroughly. This EP as a whole, how do I feel about it as a whole? Well, let's start with my favourite tracks, because that's the easiest place to start. Definitely Worry No More, Look Back, and Get It Right. And my least favourite was Wesch with Trippie Redd. I mean, yeah, I mean, if you just want something that's very easy to listen to, very, you know, it's just, it won't take up too much of your time, then this is just a good project for that. Yeah, I'd recommend just listening to this, picking your favourite tracks out, and just, you know, having a few EDM summer bangers that you want to go to. But yeah, overall, I really can't complain, because even if I hated that, which I didn't, I think I'd say it's a good project. But even if I did hate it, it wouldn't be that bad, because it wasn't long. It didn't take up a lot of my time. It was 19 minutes, so I really just can't complain about this one. So, what did you guys think about this? If you've heard it or not, let me know in the comments below. Like I said, I know this is a project from an EDM producer, but I mean, on Apple Music, it's even labeled as hip hop and rap. And let me know what you'd like to see me react to next. I don't know how active I'm going to be in this channel for the next week, because I'm going to London in a couple of days and I'm not bringing my recording equipment with me. And I already have to record 3 or 4 videos for the main CDTV Productions channel, so I don't know how many reactions I'll be able to get recorded, but we'll see what happens. It also means I won't be able to record my reactions to the albums that come out on March 30th, because, like I said, I won't have my recording equipment with me, but I might be able to record those reactions at a later time. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Please leave a like if you did enjoy. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. I will see you guys all in the next one. This is CDTVthaG, signing out.